I have a question. Why would you marry an older guy?
My lord, I wonder.
You couldn't find a parent seated with a kid
Yeah.
telling them how to protect themselves from pregnancy and AIDS and stuff.
Yeah?
I don't know who you talk to, Mama, but 4 years has never been a stress.
You bonk, you get pregnant.
Yeah, I think it's the African mentality.
Yeah,
Omyaye nakola embaga ya nesula ebitooka awo
in 1
then
month,
omyaye nabwaka
and they move on.
parenthood and so many stuff that we've been talking about, me and him. We never had a view of a woman. That's why we have her here. So what we're gonna do is tugenda kuba tubuyisawo mpolampola. We're gonna have a few, things to talk about. Last time, me and him, we talked about single motherhood and fatherhood. Let's say parenthood in general. So it was like abaana abasinga mu Uganda bakula tebalina both their parents at mu maaso gaabwe. It's either mama or tata, So it gives a challenge to kids growing up in Uganda, and I'm one of them, to be honest. But there are so many things that you look at and you wish, like, I wish I had my mama. Singa mama wange yaliwo, singa dadu wange yaliwo. We're not talking about people that it was unfortunate they lost their father or they lost one of the parents. It's not like that. We're talking about tata wali, mama wali, but they decided to,
I know.
or chitegera. So you grew up with them, or
No, unfortunately, I grew up with my mom.
same thing actually.
Yeah, so I know what you mean.
It's kind of a challenge nowadays. Why is it so common to find, let's say, 10% you find 9 of those kids bakula tebalina bazadde baabwe?
I think the issue is about the parents. Sometimes the love side, like, we meet people who are not supposed to be our soulmates, I think, because most of the parents of that time, they were younger, you know what I mean? Like, they gave birth when they're teens. And sometimes both of them are young, or a girl gets a man who's way older, like very old. And then the man treats the girl like, I don't know how to explain. I don't want to judge one side, but sometimes you meet someone like you're different. You're really
But you
different.
have a kid in between.
So I think then you get a kid together and you reach a point you realize, I can't have life with this person, but we have a kid and nothing to do. You have to part ways. So we become victims with the kids.
I have a question. Why would you marry an older guy who's older than you?
That time it was very common.
Yeah, I mean, it also you kind of had stories about that. It depends also on the person, where are they from.
Yeah, some families used to get you a partner, and they used to believe a man must be way older.
Oh,
and some families they make sure their daughter gets a man who's older because they believe the man is rich enough already. They believe the man is settled, is mature, it will help their daughter to be in good hands. And sometimes it's not that.
Oh, okay.
And some parents think they will get enough
Something.
stuff, Yeah.
Exactly.
That kind of stability. At the end of the day, it's like they are giving you out to suffer. They haven't chosen your happiness. They haven't thought about that. They haven't thought about,
Yeah, and that point of being young, some parents met at school, and I don't know why those times people used to get pregnant anyhow. It's not common these days. I don't know. They didn't know anything about.
I think is because why? I think it's an African mentality, I guess.
Like you bonk, you get pregnant.
Yeah, I think it's the African mentality.
Look,
Look.
They are just naive.
Look, listen. Why did our parents give birth at a younger age?
Because they
got married early.
You know what I mean? People today, someone 15,
yeah,
some people are just exposed already. At 15, they have sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't get pregnant.
Because they're pills.
That's exactly. That's what I mean. That those people were naive. they
No,
didn't
no.
know anything or
No,
something.
I think they weren't naive. I think they were not probably. Is it being not exposed to?
Yeah, the exposure, because long time ago they used to be shy. Can I say shy? Or they used to hide that talk. Like you couldn't find a parent seated with a kid
Yeah.
telling them how to protect themselves from pregnancy and AIDS and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they used to assume the kid is a kid. We can't talk to them, that kind of stuff. But today,
It's
your
a
mother can
different
tell you,
story.
girl, you need to pull, you need to do this.
About that, like parents back then, they could send you to an auntie culture-wise. So
Yeah.
if you go to your auntie and they can't, cause choyo get the narisu with the, if someone can send you to an auntie to do whatever that is, it's the same way we buy because if you're exposing you to that, it's so easy to talk to you about.
Basenga, they didn't
No,
know
no.
the family planning details
think-
to
no, no.
tell the kids.
I think inze nga nze wendowooza maybe nabo bafanga ku their own responsibilities, you get inti. But I think before it was better than now.
Yeah, but like before then you couldn't marry if you're not ready.
Yeah,
that was
that's what
the
I
only
think.
thing. Yeah,
That's why I'm confused. Right?
because
I don't know
but
how people
nowadays,
today protect themselves from pregnancy. I just don't get it.
You know, like
Kids
the
don't
new
get
Gen
pregnant.
Zs are getting more pregnant than
yeah, that's the
millennials.
point. Like, yeah, and to be honest, yeah, today, but kids are never single parents. There are so very many.
And they're depressed.
Very.
Look, you know, the age bracket of the young people that are getting pregnant is really high than those way back in the 80s or 90s, right? I think you can relate to that.
Yeah, sure. Because even people in those days used to fear, like divorce used to look like shame.
Yeah.
Like how will they see me divorced?
Yeah,
but
never
today,
never go
people don't care. You do shit.
Who cares?
They go.
People move on.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly the ladies.
Yeah.
nakola embaga ya nesula ebitooka awo
In 1 month.
nomyaye nabwaka.
And they move on. But before,
But I think it's the pressure on the social media, right? Because when I see Ken getting married, I feel like I need to get married, right?
yeah, they
And
marry wrong.
When I see Ken taking all this stuff, and I feel like, oh, I need to do this, right? I think it's wrong. That's why we are having people who are separating a lot than people
Yeah.
staying together. I think it's because of the pressure. I think you guys can relate to that.
Yeah, today it's the pressure, the media, the everything. But those days back, as he said, our parents, most of them are divorced. And there was no medias today. I just don't get that.
Well, let me ask,
I
why
just
did our
don't get
parents used to divorce? Was it because of the other younger ladies on the village?
One thing, I'm not being judgmental, but those men,
bakuba emiggo. I know.
I think if I was in those days,
Yeah.
I would be a single mother too. Because those men,
naye baali baguma like
ladies used to wear a lot.
yeah.
Kati oguma
Anti era
nnyo,
kyova walabanga if you know like
Mm.
walabanga oli agudde mu kigo n'afa like how
because
can
of stress.
no oyo omusajja osanga omusajja semana yagudde n'afa ku ddiiru ki kitegeera
So what's the point?
kitegeera no my point is
Uh-huh.
tosaga nti baagumira someone somewhere did something
Nti abasajja bafanga nnyo.
yeah
Omukazi
Okimanyi-
akoomukyayika n'akuyisaawa.
anti wekitegedde okimanyi like it's so easy to find omukadde omukazi naye kizibu okusanga omukadde omusajja
Abasajja
women
mufa
die
mangu, muba ne
earlier.
stress. No, it's natural. You
You
guys
know-
want
no, no.
for wives,
No, no,
that's
no.
stress. You have 18
Exactly.
kids, that's
This
stress.
lady
You
is
have
very,
to
very-
work, you have...
like,
Stress
I
is
don't
about
know, I don't know
Abasajja.
who you talk to mama but for wise has never been a stress
Mukwano.
So actually,
Abasajja bedda babeeranga baavu with a lot of women.
nedda basajja bedda tebabeeranga baavu abasajja bedda balinanga farms they had
Sooka
good
ova
land
abagagga. Waliwo class y'abaavu naye they didn't care about that. Ye nga kyayagala
Labayo.
mukazi naye nga tamusobola.
Chendowooza,
Kati nawunga.
kyayogedde kituufu, by the way.
Yes.
We men like being on pressure. We put ourselves on a lot of pressure.
You know, even very many kids
you're
can
having,
give you pressure.
let's say, Ken, you're having your wife back home in Uganda. I'm just saying.
Atali Uganda
I'm just saying.
kati gwefuna nti omuntu we Uganda honestly
Kisoboka.
Let that reassume the one that's about Uganda.
Look, I'm just saying.
Okay,
Nti,
ali Deira.
Deira, kali. Oina- Look, you have your wife back home, right? And you have a girlfriend here. Your wife just gave birth, let's say, like about 6 months, right? And your current girlfriend is pregnant. Why won't you die of stress?
You must die.
You understand? I'm gonna
And
agree.
the girl is saying, I'm going to not tell your wife. And you don't want to lose your wife.
I'm
And
gonna agree with her. We
And you
men
know, omanye
like putting
chawa-
ourselves under pressure.
omanya chawangaza abakazi edda. You know, you get hurt and reach a point that you can't get hurt anymore. Kati nga baguma because of kids. Oba nga tayagala genda walala, like baali baswala okuva maka. So atuka ekiseera nga takyalumwa. Okimanyi? Like when you hurt someone so much, no matter how much they love, atuka n'akoowa. Kati batuka ndowooza nga bakoowa, n'abeerawo bubezi ng'ekifaananyi kati ye aba takyalumwa. Or you come back in the morning, she doesn't care. Yeewa peace. Kati ate gwe ekyo kikutomentinga because tayomba, takola kyajja n'akuwa emmere, n'akuterayo amazzi, n'akola ki? Really,
Why is she nice to me?
Olaba nti yali happy. Kati ate gwe n'otandika olowooza nti byokola byakola. Ate abasajja balumwa tebaagala beendako nga bo. That's true. Kati wama omukazi wakwesonyiwa. You start to think byokola byakola otandika kwega takyanfaako ayina gwafaako maybe. Nogaa oba yankyaye biki. N'obeerawo mu stress yo naye nga tosaana mugamba. Omukazi
leero atuyina.
Bayina nti mwandeese. You wanted a woman. You wanted a woman.
I can't even give out my point of view because she's hitting so
What makes me
I have to
laugh
guys.
sometimes is like when you ask a woman, she'll be like, abasajja benda, like the way she's saying right now. Abasajja benda, abasajja bakola biki, like they have a list of things that men do, and ne bakomekereza nga batuyita kiri kibayogera. You understand, right? So,
Maguja.
in my head, I'm like, but that's the way we also look at you guys, you know? And it's not like I've never been cheated on. It's not like I've never got my ex-girlfriend or whatever doing something wrong. I have. And believe me, I even stayed.
Right? No, the difference is I believe it's not about men. I believe it's not about kwenda na bakazi ngambya abasajja asobola kwenda na bakazi
Everyone can do it.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Chobala ngamba nti si musajja yeka. Katero sobera nti si musajja yeka. Katero sobera mbu toxic nga it's the woman you and a man decides to keep quiet.
Nyine ekibuuzo kye njagala obuuza. Nyine ekibuuzo kye njagala obuuza. No, let me ask Ken this question.
So if your wife cheats on you,
if your wife cheats on
you can't plead, hey babe,
right?
you know what?
You can't plead, hey babe, you know what?
Please,
it was the
forgive
devil.
me.
What? You know?
Yeah.
Please
I won't do
forgive
this.
me.
She forgives you, right?
I won't do this.
And,
she forgives you, right?
Let's say now it's her turn. She cheats on you.
Let's say now it's her turn. She cheats
comes,
on you.
She says, hey Ken, babe,
She
you
comes.
know what?
She says, hey
It was
Ken,
the
babe, you know
devil.
what? It was the devil. Would you forgive her?
Be
I
honest.
have
Be honest.
ever done that.
Nga ochimeaninga.
Yeah, I've ever done that.
So you can.
No, I can't, but I can. Why? No, ebintu bino byanjawulo. It is easy to come out and say, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
True.
Name love ya kisiru.
I know, right?
You can love that person.
Yeah.
No.
Nakola ekintu.
Mm.
Because of the love you have.
No ibusa amaso.
No,
Exactly.
And sometimes nogamba naye I'm gonna lose this. Osobola okumusonyiwa naye nga tolina musonyiwa. Era nga ne budde limba kyali bosogamba mwana so amusonyiwa naawe. I can't forgive someone cheating. Naye bw'obeera mu situation eyo. Va ku bino kati batumenyamenya dde emitima. If she does that, I'm gonna walk away. Because I know what I'm protecting. Because naye sometimes nekyo kisobola okugaana and you end up forgiving ate ekizibu ekibeera nti omusonyiwa but oba tomusonye. Why I'm saying that? Because osobola omusonyiwa ne mubeerawo because you love her. Naye ekyo tekigenda kuva ku bwongo obwo. Walai, if you don't cheat on her, ojja tandika omulaba bulabi nga ne bwakola ki omulaba awo
But time does that. Time
and
can
then
heal.
with time
Kisobola
otambula n'omuvira. Men we don't even kati nkukyaye for what?
Auntie Agambi, in the first place, you did that first.
Yeah.
But she forgave you.
So she did the same thing.
She did the thing you called a mistake. She's saying
Yeah.
she did a mistake.
No, I didn't.
And she wants you.
I didn't do the same thing she did.
No,
Look, my question,
perspective
let me
gyakuleetedde
let me
eyo nti nga wasooka n'oyenda.